First thing I want to talk to you this morning is about defining your personal success. Defining personal success starts with painting your own portrait of success, because success is different for everybody in every environment that you are exposed to in life. So defining success means that you have to define what your own set of expectations are. You have to hold yourself to an individual standard of excellence, because before you can rise to the level of responsibility or respect for somebody else, you have to have it for yourself. So it's important to make sure that you define whatever it is that your personal level of success is, and then grow and branch out from there. Okay. Success, when we talk about success is contingent upon your ability to demand efficiency and excellence in your preparation process. And what that means is that you have to prepare yourself in order to be successful, and the three preparation processes that you can use to be successful are by asking yourselves these questions. What are your expectations? What's your game plan? And what's your time frame? And what that means is it gives you a barometer to hold yourself to and be accountable to yourself, and so that you have a way of maintaining a level of expectation and responsibility for yourself. And when we talk about putting together a successful game plan, you want to start with attaining goals that are easily attainable first, and then build your confidence by increasing your goals as you begin to accomplish your smaller goals, and they can be expanded into larger goals as well. So your resources are what you have currently at your disposal to make sure that your goals are attained, and your resources that have to be obtained from the resources that you already have will come from your experience, obviously, on leaning on the resources you have, and the networking that you do to find a successful job in the field that you're interested in. Okay, the pursuit of perfection. We all, when we grow as people, we always want to make sure that we put our best foot forward. But we're always going to experience adversity both in life and in the job search. So it's always important to remember that defining yourself through adversity depends on how motivated you are to succeed, because we all will experience some sort of trepidation or trouble throughout the course of life in our job search, and defining yourself through adversity is dependent on how fast and accurate and active you want to be in maintaining your goals that you've set out for yourself, because it's not always going to be a bed of roses. For myself personally, I was born with what's called spastic quadriplegia cerebral palsy. So overcoming obstacles has been something that I've dealt with personally throughout the course of my entire life. And maintaining a positive mind frame and a positive outlook on life is the way that I tend to overcome my adversity and to accomplish the goals that I set out for myself. Okay, so when we talk about defining success again, it's based on the three principles we talked about in terms of setting a timeline of success or achievement, and that is to give yourself a barometer of expectations that you can meet from a personal perspective. So, oh, by the way, feel free to take notes if you guys want. Setting a timeline allows yourself to be accountable. Again, your resources are the things that you currently have at your disposal, and by knowing what you currently have to achieve whatever goal you want to set out, it'll help you grow and define the other resources that you need to be successful and the steps that you need to take in order for that to happen. And your game plan is putting together a plan of action in order to accomplish the goals you set out. So what that means is that you have to come up with, first of all, what your goal is, and do the exercise we just did. A brainstorming cloud is one that I often use to come up with what my goals and expectations are for my speeches and presentations as well. So those are the three keys of success that I wanted to achieve with you guys this morning. So we're talking now about maximizing your fullest potential, because your potential is a great commodity, but only if you're willing to act on it, right? Because that's what it says. No, yeah. So we all are given intellectual and mental property in order to accomplish goals. And what that means is that we're all given a set of strengths and weaknesses to accomplish what we want to achieve in life, and both in the job market as well. So it's incumbent upon you as individuals to act upon your perceived potential and turn it into your potential productive future. So it's always important to make sure that you you're always expecting more out of yourself before anybody, again, can expect anything out of you. The confidence that you illustrate in yourself is the most important aspect of any potential job search that you'll undertake. And of course, that applies to life as well, because you have to exhibit the necessary confidence and belief in your own individual ability, because you have to be both in a job search situation and in life your best salesman. So you have to come up with a list of your strengths and weaknesses and work to strengthen your weaknesses and refine your strengths. But it's always important to have a baseline level of confidence within yourself in order to achieve the goals you set out. It's always important to make sure that you have a presence about yourself in a job interview. Going back to believing in yourself and having the necessary confidence to land a job. You know, there are 84,600 seconds in a day. Who knew that? Anybody knew that? And every time you have a second to spare, we're always, as people looking to improve upon ourselves. So always be willing to be open to new ideas and new experiences, and make sure that you're, in every life experience, we're always given a chance to learn and soak up as much knowledge as possible. So in a job search and in life, make sure that you're willing to tap into every experience you have in order to put your best foot forward. So in a job interview, you have between 30 and 60 seconds to make a positive first impression. So it's always important to start with a firm handshake and make sure that you're looking directly into the eyes of the interviewer that's going to interview you, and making sure that you're engaged in the interview process. And again, we'll go over interview tips in just a second. Now, this is the 5-point plan for a successful job interview and impression. It's important to research the company. And then what that means is to research what they do, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and how you can best benefit the company. And that, of course, starts by researching and having a general knowledge base on what they do, so that you can help strengthen and enhance the quality of service or production within that particular company. And it's also important to be energized, like we just talked about, in terms of allowing to know what your personal positives are and how you can best benefit the company. That also goes with accentuating the positives, right? Because going back to selling yourself, you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward so that you can stand above the competition. And being clear and concise means that you have to be confident in your answers, and make sure that you keep a conversational tone. This isn't a job interview isn't meant to be an interrogation process. It's meant to have two people in a room, or how many people in a room, and having a confident and casual conversation on how you can best help the company that you're applying to work for. So, does anybody else have any ideas on how to have a successful job interview?
Keep your cell phone off for sure. Don't even bring it.
Well, that helps.
Be on time.
Punctuality is good.
Appearance.
Appearance. You want to make sure that you dress for success, and always be confident, both mentally, physically, and visually as well. So, if you have gotten through the interview process and you feel as if you have exhausted all your resources in the field of interest that you're in, here are some helpful hints on how you can best think outside of the box and start yourself on a new career path. So when we talk about job searching and looking for work, it's important to have a network of people or contacts that you can reach or have as a resource in order to jumpstart your job search. And some social networking sites, like, who knows what LinkedIn is? Does anybody know what LinkedIn is? So LinkedIn, for those that don't know, is a networking site of professionals that allow you to create a profile and accentuate your positives in a workplace environment, and you can connect with people in your field of interest. It actually worked for me because I have now been given the chance to work for a company called Hub Media, doing some multimedia journalist stuff. So it's always important to keep all of your options open, and LinkedIn is a very helpful resource in order to experience your full optimal contact or connection within the field of interest that you have. Another one, as we see here, is cold calling, and cold calling is just making a list of potential employees or field of interest and calling prospective places of employment within that field to see if they're interested in your services, and also making sure that you have resumes on hand so that you can be your best salesman again and put your best foot forward, because you never know if that particular company you've applied for doesn't have an opening. Perhaps they'll let you forward your resume to somebody else who has those connections within the field. Social media stuff, marketing yourself again on websites like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. It's all about putting your best work out there, and as a multiple of platforms as you can in order to sell yourself. So always be open to new ideas. We talked about that before in terms of using your transferable skills that you've used in a job previously that you may not think translate to another job or field of interest may indeed do that. So always be open to new ideas. Again, be willing to learn just means that we all have to be a sponge in making sure that we record all of the information in our job search in our own bank of memory, so that we have that once we go into different job interviews as well. Making yourself more marketable, we talked about that with the networking and cold calls and social media. So always make sure you're looking for different ways to market yourself, whether it's in person, whether it's on the internet, or whether it's through word of mouth, and also attending seminars or conferences always will allow you to get your name out there and get people knowing what you can do. Because if they don't know you're out there, they can't hire you, right? So make sure that you're always looking for new ways to market yourself.